Beloved one, pause right now. Do not scroll away. Do not treat these words as ordinary. Do not allow distractions to pull your attention elsewhere. What you are about to hear is not merely encouragement. It is not simply motivation. It is a reminder of a power that has never lost its authority. A power that still speaks, still heals, still restores, and still changes lives today. I am the blood that was shed for you. I am the blood that flowed from the cross when love chose sacrifice. I am the blood that speaks mercy when the enemy speaks accusation. I am the blood that speaks peace when fear tries to take control. I am the blood that speaks life when darkness whispers defeat. Today I have come to remind you that you are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not fighting your battles alone. Even when you felt weak, I remained strong. Even when you doubted, I remained faithful. Even when you could not see what I was doing, I was still working on your behalf. There have been moments when you questioned whether things would ever change. There have been nights when worry kept you awake. There have been days when you smiled in front of others while carrying burdens nobody could see. Yet through every season, I remained present. I saw every tear. I heard every prayer. I noticed every silent cry. Nothing escaped my attention. The world may overlook your struggles, but I do not. The world may misunderstand your pain, but I do not. The world may fail you, but I never will. Today I call you to remember who you are. You are not defined by your mistakes. You are not defined by your fears. You are not defined by your failures. You are not defined by what others said about you. You are defined by the price that was paid for you. And the price was precious. The price was holy. The price was eternal. Because of that sacrifice, you have access to grace. Because of that sacrifice, you have access to peace. Because of that sacrifice, you have access to strength that goes beyond human understanding. My child, stop measuring your future by your present circumstances. What you see today is not the final chapter. What you feel today is not the final outcome. What challenges you today will not have the final word. I am still writing your story. I am still opening doors. I am still making a way where there appears to be no way. When fear tells you to give up, remember my power. When anxiety tells you nothing will improve, remember my promises. When discouragement tells you to quit, remember my victory. There is healing available for wounded hearts. There is restoration available for broken relationships. There is hope available for weary minds. There is peace available for troubled homes. Do not allow negativity to take residence where faith belongs. Do not allow bitterness to stay where forgiveness should grow. Do not allow hopelessness to occupy the space reserved for expectation. Instead, begin to fill your life with truth. Speak words of faith. Speak words of gratitude. Speak words of life. The atmosphere around you changes when your words align with truth. The direction of your life changes when your thoughts align with hope. The strength of your spirit grows when your focus aligns with faith. Today I am washing away discouragement. Today I am removing the weight of despair. Today I am replacing fear with confidence. Today I am reminding you that you were created for more than survival. You were created to live with purpose. You were created to walk in peace. You were created to experience the goodness of God. Even now, as you listen, let your heart become calm. Let your mind become still. Let your spirit become receptive. Allow peace to settle where worry once lived. Allow faith to rise where doubt once stood. Allow hope to grow where disappointment once ruled. You do not need to carry every burden yourself. You do not need to solve every problem today. You do not need to understand every detail of the journey. You simply need to trust. Trust that what I started, I will complete. Trust that what I promised, I will fulfill. Trust that what seems impossible to man remains possible with God. As these words enter your heart, begin to release every burden you have been carrying. Release the fear. Release the anxiety. Release the disappointment. Release the pressure. Place it all into my hands. I am able to carry what has been crushing you. I am able to heal what has been hurting you. I am able to restore what has been lost. I am able to strengthen what has become weak. If you receive this word today, type, "I receive this blessing," in the comments as an act of faith. And if these words have encouraged your heart, take a moment to like this message, subscribe to this channel, and share it with someone who needs hope today. If you feel happy with my words and they have blessed your life, help spread this message so others can also be strengthened. Stay with me through this journey, because what follows will help you build greater faith, deeper peace, and stronger confidence for the days ahead. Beloved, stay with me for a few more moments. Do not rush through these words. Do not allow your attention to wander. What I am about to speak into your life is meant to strengthen your heart, renew your mind, and remind you of truths that many people forget during difficult seasons. I am the blood that was poured out for redemption. I am the blood that speaks when your own strength is gone. I am the blood that stands between you and destruction. I am the blood that reminds heaven and earth that you belong to God. Today, I want you to understand something important. Many people spend their lives searching for peace in places where peace was never meant to be found. They search for security in possessions. They search for confidence in human approval. They search for fulfillment in temporary things. Yet even after gaining what they desired, they often discover an emptiness that remains. True peace comes from knowing who walks with you. True confidence comes from knowing who protects you. True hope comes from knowing who holds your future. That is why I am speaking to you today. I do not want you to live controlled by circumstances. I do not want you to wake up every morning expecting disappointment. I do not want you to spend your days carrying burdens that were never meant to be yours. Instead, I want you to learn how to trust. Trust when you understand. Trust when you do not understand. Trust when doors open. Trust when doors close. Trust when answers arrive quickly. Trust when answers seem delayed. Because faith is not built only during victories. Faith grows strongest during seasons when you choose to believe, even without visible evidence. There are things happening behind the scenes that you cannot yet see. There are prayers being answered that have not yet appeared before your eyes. There are blessings moving toward you that are still hidden from your view. Do not become discouraged because you cannot see everything. A seed beneath the soil is still growing even when nobody can see it. A sunrise is still coming, even during the darkest hours of the night. In the same way, my work in your life continues even when circumstances suggest otherwise. Remember how many times you thought you would not make it. Remember how many situations seemed impossible. Remember how many moments left you feeling overwhelmed. Yet here you are. You survived what tried to break you. You endured what tried to stop you. You overcame what tried to destroy your confidence. That was not an accident. That was not luck. That was grace. That was mercy. That was the hand of God preserving you through every storm. I know there are areas of your life where you still desire breakthrough. Perhaps you are praying for financial restoration. Perhaps you are believing for healing. Perhaps you are asking for direction. Perhaps you are waiting for reconciliation. Perhaps you are simply asking for peace. Whatever your situation may be, I want you to remember that no prayer offered in faith is wasted. Every sincere prayer is heard. Every tear is seen. Every act of trust is noticed. Every step of obedience matters. Sometimes people believe they must be perfect before approaching God. But that is not true. Come with your weakness. Come with your questions. Come with your fears. Come with your struggles. Come with your imperfections. Because God does not reject those who sincerely seek Him. He welcomes them, He strengthens them, He restores them, He guides them, He transforms them. Today I am calling you to release what has been weighing down your heart. Release resentment. Release bitterness. Release regret. Release the habit of replaying old failures. Release the need to control everything. You cannot move forward while constantly carrying yesterday. You cannot fully embrace tomorrow while remaining trapped in the disappointments of the past. Forgiveness is not always easy. Letting go is not always comfortable. Trusting again is not always simple. But freedom begins when you choose to place those burdens into God's hands. The enemy wants you focused on your wounds. God wants you focused on your healing. The enemy wants you focused on your limitations. God wants you focused on His power. The enemy wants you focused on fear. God wants you focused on faith. That is why your thoughts matter. Guard your thoughts carefully. Not every thought deserves your attention. Not every fear deserves your agreement. Not every negative voice deserves your belief. Fill your mind with truth. Fill your heart with gratitude. Fill your life with faith-filled expectations. When fear speaks, answer with faith. When doubt speaks, answer with truth. When discouragement speaks, answer with hope. Your atmosphere changes when your focus changes. Your outlook changes when your faith grows. Your future changes when your actions align with God's wisdom. Today I declare peace over your mind, peace over your emotions, peace over your home, peace over your future. Let confusion leave. Let fear leave. Let hopelessness leave. Let anxiety lose its hold. Let confidence rise. Let faith grow. Let joy return. Let strength increase. And as these blessings begin to take root in your life, do not keep them to yourself. Encourage others. Lift others up. Speak life to someone who is struggling. Be a source of hope in a world filled with negativity. Because what God does in you is often meant to bless someone else through you. Before this part ends, I want you to make a declaration of faith. Do not type it casually. Type it with expectation. Type it believing that greater things are ahead. If you agree with this message and choose to trust God with your future, comment, "I choose faith over fear." Stay until the end of this journey because each part is building a stronger foundation for your life, your family, your peace, and your future. What you learn and apply can help you walk with greater confidence, wisdom, and spiritual strength in the days ahead. Beloved, remain here with me. Do not allow impatience to steal what your spirit needs to receive today. There are blessings that come quickly, and there are blessings that unfold step by step. Wisdom often grows little by little. Strength is often developed one day at a time. Faith becomes stronger through consistent trust. That is why I ask you to stay attentive, because what I am speaking into your life right now has the power to change the way you see yourself, the way you see your future, and the way you walk through every challenge that comes before you. I am the blood that speaks victory when circumstances appear defeated. I am the blood that speaks hope when darkness seems overwhelming. I am the blood that speaks peace when chaos surrounds you. I am the blood that reminds you that your story is not finished. Many people look at their present situation and assume it will always remain the same. They see today's struggle and imagine tomorrow will be no different. They see a closed door and conclude every opportunity has disappeared. They see a delay and assume their prayers have been forgotten. But I want you to understand something. God does not work according to human limitations. He is not restricted by what others think is possible. He is not limited by statistics. He is not controlled by circumstances. He is not intimidated by obstacles. What seems impossible to you is still possible for Him. What appears finished to you may only be the beginning of a new season. That is why you must learn to look beyond what is visible. Faith sees possibilities where fear sees problems. Faith sees opportunity where doubt sees obstacles. Faith sees purpose where others see pain. There have been moments when you wondered why certain things happened. There have been situations you did not understand. There have been disappointments that left questions in your heart. Perhaps you asked why a door closed. Perhaps you wondered why a relationship changed. Perhaps you questioned why an answer seemed delayed. Yet even in those moments, God was working. Sometimes protection looks like rejection. Sometimes guidance looks like delay. Sometimes preparation looks like waiting. Sometimes blessings arrive disguised as lessons. You may not understand every detail today, but one day you will see how God was guiding you even when the path seemed unclear. That is why I encourage you not to lose heart. Do not allow temporary challenges to convince you that permanent defeat has arrived. Do not allow a difficult chapter to make you forget the entire story. Do not allow one setback to define your future. Your future is greater than your current struggle. Your purpose is greater than your present obstacle. Your calling is greater than your current limitation. My child, stop speaking negatively about the life that God is still working on. Your words carry influence. Your words shape your attitude. Your words affect your outlook. When you constantly speak defeat, you strengthen discouragement. When you constantly speak fear, you strengthen anxiety. But when you speak faith, you strengthen hope. When you speak gratitude, you strengthen joy. When you speak truth, you strengthen confidence. Begin each day with expectation. Wake up believing that God can do something wonderful. Wake up believing that opportunities can appear. Wake up believing that favor can find you. Wake up believing that peace can fill your heart. Because expectation creates room for faith to grow. There is also something else I want you to remember. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to lose joy. When you spend your time comparing your journey to someone else's journey, you forget the unique purpose God has given you. Their assignment is not your assignment. Their timing is not your timing. Their path is not your path. Focus on what God is doing in your own life. Celebrate the blessings of others without doubting your own future. Rejoice when others succeed without feeling left behind. Trust that God knows exactly when and how to release what is meant for you. The right blessing at the wrong time can become a burden. The right opportunity at the wrong time can create unnecessary struggles. That is why divine timing matters. Trust the process. Trust the preparation. Trust the growth taking place within you. While you wait, continue growing, continue learning, continue praying, continue believing, continue serving, continue moving forward. Do not allow waiting to become wasting. Use every season as an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more prepared. Today, I also want to remind you about gratitude. Gratitude is powerful. Gratitude changes perspective. Gratitude helps you notice blessings that fear often ignores. There are things in your life right now that once existed only as prayers. There are blessings you once hoped for that are now part of your daily life. Take time to recognize them. Take time to appreciate them. Take time to thank God for them. A grateful heart remains strong during difficult seasons because it remembers previous victories. It remembers previous miracles. It remembers previous breakthroughs. It remembers previous moments of divine help. Today, I declare that new strength is coming into your life. Strength for your mind. Strength for your emotions. Strength for your relationships. Strength for your future. I declare that wisdom will guide your decisions. I declare that peace will guard your heart. I declare that hope will rise above every negative expectation. I declare that faith will become stronger than fear. I declare that joy will become greater than discouragement. Do not let temporary pressure convince you that permanent defeat has arrived. The same God who helped you before is still helping you now. The same God who protected you before is still protecting you now. The same God who opened doors before can open doors again. The same God who provided before can provide again. Nothing has changed about His power. Nothing has changed about His faithfulness. Nothing has changed about His love for you. Before this part ends, I want you to make a declaration that aligns your heart with faith. If you believe that God is still working behind the scenes, even when you cannot see it, type, "God is working in my favor." Write it with confidence. Write it with expectation. Write it as a reminder that your story is still unfolding and your best days are not behind you. Stay with me through the next part, because we are going deeper into the peace, protection, healing, and restoration that can transform your daily life and help you walk forward with unwavering faith. Beloved, continue listening carefully. Do not allow your mind to wander. Do not allow distractions to steal this moment. There is a reason you are here today. There is a reason these words are reaching your heart. Nothing is accidental when God is involved. Even the moments that seem ordinary can become turning points when you choose to receive truth. I am the blood that was shed so you could walk in freedom. I am the blood that broke chains you could never break on your own. I am the blood that continues to speak mercy over your life. I am the blood that reminds every force of darkness that you belong to God. Today, I want to speak to the areas of your life that have been carrying hidden burdens. Many people carry wounds that nobody else can see. They smile while carrying pain. They continue working while carrying exhaustion. They keep moving forward while feeling broken inside. They tell others they are fine while secretly fighting battles in their hearts. Perhaps you understand what that feels like. Perhaps there have been moments when you felt alone even while surrounded by people. Perhaps there have been moments when you questioned your worth. Perhaps there have been moments when disappointment settled so deeply into your heart that hope felt distant. But hear me clearly today. Your value has never changed. Your worth has never decreased. Your purpose has never disappeared. A difficult season does not cancel your destiny. A painful experience does not erase your future. A mistake does not destroy the plan that God has for your life. Too many people allow past failures to become permanent labels. They define themselves by what went wrong. They define themselves by what they lost. They define themselves by what others said about them. But that is not how heaven sees you. Heaven sees potential where others see weakness. Heaven sees purpose where others see problems. Heaven sees possibilities where others see limitations. That is why you must stop agreeing with every negative voice that speaks against you. Not every opinion deserves your attention. Not every criticism deserves your belief. Not every fear deserves your agreement. Learn to measure your life according to God's truth instead of human negativity. When people underestimate you, continue trusting God. When people misunderstand you, continue trusting God. When people doubt you, continue trusting God. Their opinions do not determine your destiny. Their doubts do not limit God's ability. Their rejection does not cancel divine purpose. My child, there are gifts within you that have not yet fully developed. There are strengths within you that have not yet been fully revealed. There are opportunities ahead that you cannot yet see. That is why you cannot afford to quit. That is why you cannot afford to surrender to discouragement. That is why you must keep moving forward. Every step matters. Every prayer matters. Every act of faith matters. Every choice to keep believing matters. Growth often happens quietly. A tree does not become strong overnight. A foundation is not built in a single day. Wisdom is not gained in one moment. In the same way, God is building something strong within you. He is developing patience. He is developing character. He is developing wisdom. He is developing faith. And one day you will look back and realize that even the difficult seasons were preparing you for something greater. Today I also want to speak about fear. Fear has stolen too much from too many people. Fear steals peace. Fear steals joy. Fear steals confidence. Fear steals opportunities. Fear convinces people to remain where they are instead of stepping into what God has prepared. But fear is not your master. Fear is not your future. Fear is not your identity. When fear comes, do not entertain it. When fear comes, do not feed it. When fear comes, bring it into the presence of God. Replace fearful thoughts with faithful thoughts. Replace anxious expectations with hopeful expectations. Replace worry with prayer. Replace panic with trust. Every time you choose faith over fear, your spirit becomes stronger. Every time you choose hope over despair, your confidence grows. Every time you choose gratitude over complaint, your perspective changes. Today I declare that courage is rising within you. Courage to trust again. Courage to believe again. Courage to hope again. Courage to move forward again. The future is not something to fear. The future is something to approach with faith. God is already present in the days ahead of you. He already knows what tomorrow contains. He already knows every challenge. He already knows every opportunity. He already knows every answer you will need. That is why you do not have to live in constant worry. You can walk in confidence. You can walk in peace. You can walk in trust. You can walk in expectation. Today, I also declare healing over every wounded place in your heart. Healing for disappointments that still hurt. Healing for betrayals that still sting. Healing for losses that still bring sadness. Healing for memories that still carry pain. Healing for burdens that have felt too heavy to carry. Allow God to touch those places. Allow Him to restore what has been damaged. Allow Him to bring peace where confusion once lived. Allow Him to bring hope where discouragement once ruled. You were not created to spend your life trapped in yesterday. You were created to move forward. You were created to grow. You were created to become stronger. You were created to shine as a testimony of God's goodness. Before this part ends, I want you to make a declaration of courage and faith. If you believe that God is healing your heart and strengthening your future, type, "I will move forward in faith." Do not type it out of habit. Type it with conviction. Type it, believing that your best days are still ahead. Type it, knowing that God is not finished with your story. And stay with me through the next part, because there is even more truth, encouragement, and life-changing wisdom that can help you experience greater peace, stronger faith, deeper healing, and lasting victory in every area of your life. Beloved, stay with me a little longer. Do not leave this moment too quickly. There are truths that your heart needs to hear and promises that your spirit needs to remember. The world is filled with voices competing for your attention. Some voices create fear. Some voices create confusion. Some voices create discouragement. But today I am speaking life, hope, peace, and strength into your spirit. I am the blood that was shed to bring you near to God. I am the blood that opened a way when there seemed to be no way. I am the blood that continues to speak grace over your life. I am the blood that reminds you that no challenge is greater than the power of God. Today I want to speak about the peace that many people are searching for. So many people desire peace, yet they look for it in temporary places. They look for peace in possessions. They look for peace in achievements. They look for peace in the approval of others. They look for peace in circumstances being perfect. But true peace does not come from perfect circumstances. True peace comes from trusting the one who remains faithful through every circumstance. There will always be situations you cannot control. There will always be questions you cannot immediately answer. There will always be moments when life feels uncertain. But even in uncertainty, peace is possible. Peace is possible because God remains the same. His love remains the same. His power remains the same. His promises remain the same. His faithfulness remains the same. Many people lose their peace because they spend too much time focusing on what could go wrong. They imagine problems that have not happened. They worry about situations that may never occur. They allow fear to steal the joy of today because of concerns about tomorrow. But I want you to hear this clearly. Worry has never solved a problem. Fear has never created a blessing. Anxiety has never improved the future. Instead, choose trust, choose faith, choose hope, choose confidence in God. Every moment spent trusting is stronger than a moment spent worrying. Every prayer spoken in faith is more powerful than endless fear-filled thoughts. Every act of surrender creates room for peace to grow. My child, there are some burdens you were never meant to carry. You were never meant to carry the weight of tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. You were never meant to carry every problem by yourself. You were never meant to carry constant fear about what might happen. Place those burdens in God's hands. He is strong enough to carry them. He is wise enough to handle them. He is faithful enough to guide you through them. Today, I also want to remind you that your environment matters. What you listen to matters. What you focus on matters. What you repeatedly think about matters. If you constantly fill your mind with negativity, negativity will grow. If you constantly focus on fear, fear will increase. If you constantly expect disappointment, discouragement will follow. But when you fill your heart with truth, faith grows. When you fill your mind with hope, confidence grows. When you fill your life with gratitude, joy grows. Be intentional about what you allow into your spirit. Protect your peace. Guard your thoughts. Choose wisely what influences your heart. There are times when silence is healthier than unnecessary arguments. There are times when prayer is more powerful than worry. There are times when trusting God is wiser than trying to force your own solutions. Learn to recognize those moments. Learn to pause before reacting. Learn to seek wisdom before making decisions. Learn to trust God, even when emotions feel overwhelming. Today, I also want to speak over your home. Let your home become a place of peace. Let your home become a place of encouragement. Let your home become a place where faith grows. Let your home become a place where kindness is spoken. Let your home become a place where gratitude is practiced. Peace begins with daily choices. Peace grows when forgiveness is chosen. Peace grows when patience is practiced. Peace grows when love becomes stronger than pride. If there has been tension in your home, choose to be a source of peace. If there has been negativity, choose to speak life. If there has been discouragement, choose to bring hope. Do not underestimate the power of a kind word. Do not underestimate the power of patience. Do not underestimate the power of forgiveness. Small actions often create great change. Today I declare peace over your thoughts, peace over your emotions, peace over your relationships, peace over your future. Let every restless thought become calm. Let every anxious expectation lose its power. Let every fear-filled imagination be replaced with faith. Let confidence rise where doubt once lived. Let hope rise where discouragement once stood. Let joy return where heaviness has lingered. I also declare wisdom over every decision you must make. Wisdom for your family. Wisdom for your finances. Wisdom for your relationships. Wisdom for your future plans. You do not have to walk through life without direction. God is willing to guide those who seek Him. He is willing to provide clarity. He is willing to provide understanding. He is willing to provide peace for every step of the journey. Today I want you to stop expecting the worst. Start expecting God's goodness. Start expecting His guidance. Start expecting His peace. Start expecting His faithfulness. Not because life will always be easy, but because God will always be present. That truth changes everything. Before this part comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration of peace and trust. If you are choosing to place your worries into God's hands today, type, "I receive God's peace." Write it with faith. Write it with expectation. Write it, believing that peace is becoming the atmosphere of your heart, your mind, and your home. And stay until the end of this journey. What you are learning is not only for today. These truths can help you in your daily life, strengthen your faith during difficult seasons, improve your relationships, guide your decisions, and help you walk with greater confidence and peace. Do not miss what comes next, because the next part will go even deeper into restoration, protection, purpose, and the blessings that God desires for your life. Beloved, remain with me. Do not turn away now, because what I am about to speak into your life is meant to strengthen the areas where you have felt weak, restore the places where you have felt broken, and awaken the faith that circumstances may have tried to silence. I am the blood that was shed for your redemption. I am the blood that speaks mercy when judgment seems deserved. I am the blood that speaks hope when your situation appears hopeless. I am the blood that speaks life into places that have felt empty and dry. Today, I want to remind you that restoration is one of the greatest gifts that God offers His people. Many people believe that once something is broken, it can never be restored. They believe that lost opportunities can never return. They believe that damaged relationships can never heal. They believe that dreams delayed for too long can never come to pass. They believe that because they made mistakes, their future must always be limited. But that is not how God works. God specializes in restoration. He restores confidence. He restores peace. He restores joy. He restores purpose. He restores strength. He restores hope. He restores what people thought was impossible to restore. There may be areas of your life that feel damaged today. Perhaps your confidence has been weakened by disappointment. Perhaps your faith has been challenged by waiting. Perhaps your heart has been hurt by betrayal. Perhaps your dreams have been delayed longer than you expected. Perhaps your motivation has faded because of repeated setbacks. But hear me carefully. God is not intimidated by what appears broken. He is not discouraged by what seems lost. He is not limited by what others consider impossible. Where people see ruins, God sees possibilities. Where people see endings, God sees beginnings. Where people see weakness, God sees potential. That is why you must never give up on what God is still working on. There are blessings that require patience. There are answers that require preparation. There are victories that require perseverance. Do not quit during the process. Do not abandon hope during the waiting season. Do not stop believing simply because progress seems slow. Sometimes growth is invisible before it becomes visible. Sometimes healing is happening before you can feel it. Sometimes restoration begins quietly before it becomes obvious. Trust what God is doing, even when you cannot yet see the full picture. My child, there are lessons hidden within every season. The difficult seasons teach endurance. The waiting seasons teach patience. The uncertain seasons teach trust. The challenging seasons teach dependence upon God. If everything happened immediately, faith would never grow. If every answer arrived instantly, trust would never develop. If every path were easy, strength would never increase. That is why God often uses the journey to prepare you for the destination. He develops wisdom before responsibility. He develops character before promotion. He develops faith before breakthrough. Today I want you to stop focusing on everything that has gone wrong. Instead, begin focusing on what God can still do. There is power in expectation. There is power in believing. There is power in looking ahead with hope instead of constantly looking backward with regret. Regret keeps people trapped. Hope moves people forward. Fear creates hesitation. Faith creates momentum. Choose faith. Choose hope. Choose expectation. There is another truth you need to remember. Restoration often begins inside before it appears outside. Peace begins in the heart before it transforms circumstances. Confidence begins in the mind before it changes actions. Healing begins in the spirit before it becomes visible in daily life. That is why you must guard what is happening within you. Protect your faith, protect your hope, protect your peace, protect your relationship with God. Do not allow negativity to take root. Do not allow bitterness to grow. Do not allow disappointment to become your identity. Instead, choose gratitude. Choose forgiveness. Choose trust. Choose obedience. Those choices create fertile ground for restoration. Today, I declare restoration over every area of your life that has experienced loss. Restoration over your confidence. Restoration over your joy. Restoration over your peace. Restoration over your relationships. Restoration over your purpose. Restoration over your vision for the future. Let discouragement lose its hold. Let hopelessness lose its influence. Let fear lose its power. Let faith rise stronger than ever before. Let courage increase. Let expectation grow. Let peace settle deeply within your heart. I also declare that wisdom will guide your next steps. You do not need to have every answer today. You do not need to see the entire path. You simply need enough light for the next step. And God is faithful to provide guidance for those who trust Him. He will open the right doors. He will close the wrong doors. He will provide direction when you need it. He will give strength when you feel weak. He will provide peace when circumstances seem uncertain. Remember this truth. Your future is not determined by your worst day. Your destiny is not determined by your greatest mistake. Your purpose is not destroyed by temporary setbacks. God's plans are greater than your failures. God's mercy is greater than your regrets. God's grace is greater than your weaknesses. That is why you can move forward with confidence. Beloved, continue walking with me. Do not stop now. Do not allow weariness, distractions, or doubt to pull you away from what your spirit is receiving. Every truth you embrace becomes a seed. Every seed of truth planted in faith has the power to produce strength, peace, wisdom, and victory in your life. That is why I ask you to remain attentive, because what I am about to speak is meant to help you break free from burdens that have followed you for too long. I am the blood that was shed for your freedom. I am the blood that speaks peace over troubled minds. I am the blood that silences accusations and restores hope. I am the blood that reminds you that victory belongs to those who trust in God. Today I want to speak directly to the fears that have tried to follow you. Fear is one of the greatest thieves of peace. Fear steals joy before problems even arrive. Fear creates battles inside the mind. Fear convinces people to expect the worst instead of believing for the best. Fear causes people to hesitate when they should move forward. Fear causes people to remain silent when they should speak. Fear causes people to surrender when they should persevere. But fear was never meant to rule your life. Fear was never given authority over your future. Fear was never designed to control your decisions. There may have been seasons when fear seemed stronger than faith. There may have been nights when worry filled your thoughts. There may have been mornings when anxiety greeted you before hope did. There may have been moments when uncertainty felt overwhelming, yet you are still here. You are still standing. You are still moving forward. You are still seeking God. That means fear has not won. That means despair has not won. That means darkness has not won. Because every time you choose to keep believing, faith grows stronger. Every time you choose prayer instead of panic, peace grows stronger. Every time you choose trust instead of worry, confidence grows stronger. My child, many of the battles you face begin in your thoughts before they ever appear in your circumstances. That is why you must guard your mind carefully. Do not allow every fearful thought to remain. Do not allow every negative imagination to take root. Do not allow every discouraging voice to influence your spirit. Replace fear with truth. Replace anxiety with prayer. Replace doubt with faith. Replace discouragement with hope. The thoughts you entertain today often become the atmosphere you live in tomorrow. Choose wisely what you allow to remain in your mind. Today I want you to understand that peace is not merely the absence of problems. Peace is the presence of God in the middle of problems. Peace is knowing that even when circumstances are uncertain, God remains faithful. Peace is trusting that even when answers are delayed, heaven is still working. Peace is believing that even when the path seems unclear, God is still leading. There are people who believe they will experience peace only when every challenge disappears. But life does not always work that way. Instead, peace grows when trust grows. Peace grows when faith grows. Peace grows when gratitude grows. Peace grows when your focus shifts from problems to promises. Today I call you to shift your focus. Focus on what God has already done. Focus on how far He has brought you. Focus on the prayers He has already answered. Focus on the strength He has already given you. Focus on the blessings that already surround your life. When gratitude fills your heart, fear loses influence. When hope fills your mind, anxiety loses power. When faith fills your spirit, discouragement begins to fade. Today, I also want to speak about spiritual burdens. Many people carry burdens they were never meant to carry. They carry guilt from years ago. They carry shame from past mistakes. They carry disappointment from old failures. They carry wounds from words spoken against them. They carry regrets that God has already forgiven. They carry fears that have never come to pass. All these burdens slowly drain strength. All these burdens slowly steal peace. All these burdens slowly cloud vision. But today I call you to release them. Release the guilt. Release the shame. Release the regret. Release the bitterness. Release the fear. Release the burden. You cannot fully embrace the future while remaining chained to the past. You cannot move freely while carrying unnecessary weight. Let those burdens go. Place them into God's hands. Allow Him to heal what hurts. Allow Him to restore what was damaged. Allow Him to strengthen what has become weak. Allow Him to renew what has become weary. Today I declare freedom over your life. Freedom from fear. Freedom from anxiety. Freedom from discouragement. Freedom from hopelessness. Freedom from spiritual heaviness. Let every burden lose its hold. Let every chain be broken. Let every lie be replaced with truth. Let every fearful expectation be replaced with faith. I declare peace over your thoughts, peace over your emotions, peace over your relationships, peace over your future. Let calm replace confusion. Let confidence replace uncertainty. Let joy replace heaviness. Let hope replace despair. I declare that your spirit is becoming stronger. Your faith is becoming deeper. Your confidence is becoming greater. Your trust is becoming steadier. You are not who you used to be. You are growing. You are learning. You are becoming stronger. You are moving forward. You are walking toward greater victory. Before this pod comes to a close, I want you to make a declaration of freedom and faith. If you believe that fear is losing its hold and God is filling your life with peace, type, "I walk in faith and freedom." Write it with confidence. Write it with expectation. Write it believing that God is breaking every unnecessary burden and leading you into greater peace. And continue to stay until the very end, because the remaining parts will help you apply these truths in your daily life, strengthen your spiritual foundation, overcome future challenges with confidence, and walk in the lasting victory, peace, favor, and purpose that God desires for you. Beloved, we have come to this final moment together. Do not rush through these last words. Allow them to settle deeply into your heart. Allow them to become part of your daily life. Allow them to strengthen your faith long after this message ends. Because what I am about to speak is not only for today, it is for the days ahead. It is for the moments when life feels easy and for the moments when life feels difficult. It is for every season that lies before you. I am the blood that was shed for your salvation. I am the blood that speaks mercy when you need forgiveness. I am the blood that speaks strength when you feel weak. I am the blood that speaks victory when challenges appear before you. Today, I want to leave you with a truth that can transform your entire life. You are not walking through this world alone. There will be days when people disappoint you. There will be seasons when circumstances confuse you. There will be moments when answers seem delayed. There will be situations that test your patience and challenge your faith. But through it all, God remains faithful. His love remains constant. His promises remain true. His presence remains near. His power remains available. His mercy remains sufficient. Many people spend their lives waiting for perfect circumstances before they choose peace. They wait for every problem to disappear. They wait for every question to be answered. They wait for every challenge to be solved. But peace does not come from perfect circumstances. Peace comes from trusting a perfect God. That is why I want you to remember everything you have learned throughout this journey. When fear comes, choose faith. When worry comes, choose prayer. When discouragement comes, choose hope. When confusion comes, seek wisdom. When disappointment comes, remember God's faithfulness. These choices may seem small in the moment, but they create powerful results over time. A life of faith is built one decision at a time. A strong spirit is developed one choice at a time. Peace grows one act of trust at a time. Victory comes one step of obedience at a time. My child, stop waiting for confidence to appear before you move forward. Move forward in faith, and confidence will grow. Stop waiting for all uncertainty to disappear before you trust God. Trust Him now. Stop waiting until everything feels easy before you obey. Obey Him now. Growth happens while you move forward. Strength develops while you continue. Wisdom increases while you learn. Faith grows while you trust. There are people listening right now who have spent years doubting themselves. They have allowed past mistakes to define them. They have allowed failures to determine their expectations. They have allowed fear to shape their future. But today, I speak a different truth. You are not defined by your worst day. You are not defined by your greatest mistake. You are not defined by what others think about you. You are defined by the love of God. You are defined by the purpose He has placed within you. You are defined by the grace that continues to sustain you. You are defined by the blood that was shed for you. Walk in that truth. Live in that truth. Build your future upon that truth. There will always be voices trying to convince you otherwise. There will always be people who doubt. There will always be circumstances that challenge your confidence. But never allow temporary situations to replace eternal truth. God is greater than your fears. God is greater than your limitations. God is greater than your disappointments. God is greater than your obstacles. God is greater than every challenge you will ever face. Today I declare one final blessing over your life. May peace fill your heart. May wisdom guide your decisions. May strength sustain you through every season. May favor surround your path. May hope rise every morning. May courage grow within you. May joy return to every area that has felt heavy. May healing flow into every wounded place. May restoration come to every area that has experienced loss. May purpose become clearer. May faith become stronger. May your relationship with God become deeper. May your future be filled with expectation instead of fear. May your home become a place of peace. May your mind become a place of confidence. May your spirit become a place of unwavering trust. I declare that what once brought fear will no longer control you. What once brought anxiety will no longer rule you. What once created discouragement will no longer define you. The future belongs to God. Your life belongs to God. Your purpose belongs to God, and His plans are good. Remember to walk daily in gratitude. Remember to speak words of faith. Remember to guard your thoughts. Remember to encourage others. Remember to trust, even when you do not understand. Remember that every day is an opportunity to grow. Remember that every challenge can become a lesson. Remember that every season has purpose. Remember that every step of faith matters. And most importantly, remember that you are loved. You are seen. You are known. You are valued. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are not alone. Before this final part ends, I want you to make one last declaration of faith. If you believe that God is leading your future, strengthening your spirit, and surrounding your life with His peace, type, "Victory belongs to God." Write it with faith. Write it with gratitude. Write it believing that greater days are ahead. And if these words have blessed your heart throughout this journey, take a moment to like this message, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe so more people can receive hope, peace, and strength. If you feel happy with these words, help spread them so others may be uplifted as well. Your support allows this message to reach hearts that desperately need encouragement. Now go forward with confidence. Go forward with faith. Go forward with peace. Go forward with hope. Go forward knowing that the blood of Jesus still speaks. The blood still restores. The blood still heals. The blood still protects. The blood still strengthens. The blood still blesses. And the blood still reminds you that God's love for you will never fail. Amen.